Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowy's here. Today we're going to do a time test on a 1 litre boil in 3 different types of cookware for an induction cooktop.
Hit it.
We've got an aluminium ceramic coated induction compatible saucepan, a cast iron saucepan, and a straight up stainless steel saucepan. Hold up fam, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome content on the Snowy's channel. Let's get into it. We get a lot of questions around what sort of cookware is best for induction and what's going to be compatible. So we thought we'd do a really quick video using one of our induction cooktops with 3 very different materials or types of cookware that we've got here. So I've pre-filled these 2 here with a litre of water, which I've measured from our Nalgene bottle. So I'm going to start off with using our cast iron saucepan, and I'll pop the litre of water in like so. Now, the induction cooktop that we're using today is this 2000 watt single burner. It does max out at 240 degrees. Now, obviously, the time that it will take to boil water depends on your induction cooktop as well, but the purpose of this video is really to see if there is a difference in boil time between the materials. So in theory, regardless of what induction cooktop you use, you will still get a discrepancy, if there is any, depending on what you're using. So first things first, this cast iron pot, I'm going to turn on our cooktop. And I'm going to set the temperature. Oh, it's already at 240. Excellent. So now I'm going to set the timer on my watch. So I can start to hear it bubbling away in there now. So we're just coming up to 2 minutes 30 or just over 2 minutes 30. So I'm just going to pause my watch and have a look. Now, we don't have a thermometer to test the water, so I'm just going by eyeballing what I would be happy to make a cup of tea with, and I would be pretty happy to make a cup of tea or coffee with that. So we're looking at around about 2 minutes 30 or 2 minutes 35 to be exact from when we hit turning off of the watch. And that is for the cast iron stove. So we've waited for our cooktop to cool down a bit to make sure that, you know, we're starting off an even playing field with all of this cookware. So the next thing that we're going to use is our just straight up stainless steel pot by Campfire. Now this one comes in a set with 2 other sizes. So we've got our litre of water in there, just straight out from the tap. So I'm going to pop the lid on and turn on the burner. We're going to go, yep, we're on max 240, and set my timer. So I'm just going to pause my watch, 3:06, I'm pretty sure. Right, so that's right on that rolling boil now. Definitely cup of tea and coffee worthy. So 3 minutes 6, which is interesting because compared to the cast iron one, that was around about that, just shy of 2 minutes 40, so about 20 seconds quicker than our stainless steel pot. However, obviously the advantage with your stainless steel pot, of course, is that it's a lot lighter to carry around and pack than with your cast iron. We've given the cooktop again enough time to cool down a bit, and so now we're going to use our last pot, which again is an aluminium pot. It's ceramic coated, so it's got that non-stick surface, but it is induction compatible. So we'll get our temperature setting up, reset, and start my timer. So that's around about nearly 5 minutes that we've got here, and that's now properly sort of hitting a rolling boil. We've probably let this one go a little bit further than the other 2 in terms of water temperature, just because the way that the materials are on the bottom of each of the pans, it's really hard to just gauge off bubbles alone. But as you can see, this one is actively at a rolling boil, and that's hit nearly 5 minutes. So I'd potentially sort of go maybe more of a 4.5 minutes for something just under that for a cup of tea. What we've actually learned here, and I thought that was quite interesting that this one was the longest. So what we've actually learned here is that all 3 materials do work on your induction cooker. They function quite well. There's going to be no issues in terms of cooking or boiling with them. So interestingly enough, although not surprising, our cast iron cookware was the one that worked with the most efficiency, boiling water at around about that 2 minutes 30, 2 minutes 40 mark. We have our stainless steel, which was a little bit longer at around about 3 minutes, 3 minutes 10. And then we have our aluminium, but ceramic non-stick coating pot there, which was closer to that 4.5 minute mark for the boil. So when it comes to your choice of cookware for your induction cooker, there's a couple of things that you want to consider. First things first, are you going to be running your induction cooker from a powered campsite? You know, whether that be through your caravan or your motorhome, or you're just at a campsite where you've got access to that 240 volt power. It doesn't need to be coming through an inverter. The time that it takes to cook things and that sort of level of efficiency is probably not going to be as big a consideration. The other one that you want to think about is if you are running this from a 12 volt power source, you're relying purely on your battery storage, then efficiency and the time that it takes to cook things is going to be a massive factor, in which case cast iron is going to be your better bet. The last thing that you probably want to consider when you're looking at cookware as well is the overall weight and packability and convenience of that type of cookware. Cast iron is obviously going to be a lot larger and a lot heavier for the same sort of comparable volume that you can get out of your stainless steel or your non-stick style saucepans. Your non-stick style saucepans and fry pans and things like that are going to be a little bit more easy care in terms of that non-stick element than something like your stainless steel. So I think that was a pretty interesting little experiment, or at least I found it interesting anyway. Hopefully that is going to help when it comes to choosing cookware to use with your induction cooker. If you want to check out our induction cookers and our range of cookware, head to snowies.com.au where we have low prices every day.